All praises to the Almighty, sublime, most magical one, the creator of all things, master of the day of judgment, the Alpha and Omega. Yes, the Ancient of Days. Hallelujah. And to all of my fellow servants and my spiritual allies, I send you infinite love and light, and I receive yours. If you're new to my station, I am the Hebrew Widow, aka the Hebrew Rose of Jericho, coming at you with another magical show. Yes, we are on Google Earth Africa, where the Most High is allowing Eden to be unveiled, and it's so many exciting magical things on the other side. We're looking down into inner earth. I have evidence of that. Yes, it's only a thin membrane separating us from the 5D worlds of Eden. We are on Google Earth Africa, where I always leave the coordinates at the bottom of your screen so you could go check out the magic for yourself. Yes, the Most High gave me a magical gift. In a magical way, I see magical things on Google Earth almost every day. And I render my services for magical pay. Yes, hallelujah, the Most High made me a magician to show you His magic. Yes, and the creation is so magical. You know, this dimension that we're living in right now is just plain and simple. You know, you go to each continent, the trees, the waters, the lands, the beaches, the deserts, everything look typical to each other. And then you have places like Iceland and such that are covered, and Antarctica that's covered with ice. Well, on this continent, where this very magical angel, the Archangel Uriel, manifested himself. Yes, there's all kind of magical things, and we're visiting his left wing today, where it's populated by who I call the glowers. Abracadabra. Yeah, they are so beautiful. I don't know if this is some type of animal life. I know I've seen what look like angels over here and fairies over here. Now you see this line right here? This line is evidence that there's a glass barrier, and the life that you're seeing underneath there, the life form, you see how the image is distorted? That shows you that this creature is underneath glass. Yeah. And he's black, and he's glowing blues and purples and light. Yeah, and it's all different kind. It's like so many different kind in this very huge area on the left wing of Uriel. I chose this very magical area today because I felt like we needed some happy news. Yes, we needed something that would lift our spirit. And this area right here seems to be one of the high vibing areas over there in the lands of Eden. Now, I told y'all I haven't found the Garden of Eden yet, but it's hints as to where it is, but it hasn't been uncovered yet. Yeah. So I chose this area because the glowers. It's so many different variety of these creatures. And all of them are glowing in this area. And look at the landscape. Now, I told y'all we was on the left wing of Uriel. Don't those look like feathers? The feathers of his wings. Just like this landscape on the left wing of Uriel, the right side have the feathers too. Yeah, so as I go to these areas, I'll tell you which part of the body that we're on, okay? Yeah, that's how I describe it. I don't mention the countries in Africa. I just mention what part of his body that I'm on, okay? So we are on his left wing. Now here's the cloaking technology. If you're new to my station, you might have some catching up to do. Yes, there's a lot of Atlantean technology that would support such cloaking technology. So the Most High uses technology too. And so we're able to look into Eden when certain areas are uncloaked. Yeah, or the cloaking is turned down. So that's one way that we're able to see these things. Another way that we're able to see these wonders is that the Sahara sands are blowing off the continent. And you can see right here, you see that solid structure? That's left over. The sands were at the top and they've blown over through the centuries until we're at the bottom now. Yeah, and that's how all of this magic is appearing on Earth. All of this is perfect. It's like a perfect plan. So the Most High took Eden into inner Earth and he covered it with just enough sand and had that sand blowing off the continent at a regulated pace, where at the time of the reset, all of these things would start appearing. Yeah. And then he even used, when he blew the sand, had the sand blown off the continent, did you know that the Sahara sands actually sends nutrients into the waters and it fertilizes the crops around the world, but it never returns. So that's how we're at the bottom of it. It also regulates the cold and the heat from the North and South Pole. So these sands are very magical. Yeah, and so now they're blown off. We're at the bottom of it. And now it's just the thin glass barrier that's separating the dimensions. And we're able to peek in when the cloaking is turned down on a low frequency. Here we go again. You guys see how the images are distorted? And it's all kind of little colorful creatures here. When I said good news, it's like we are going to experience some of the most, well, it will be the most beautiful, high-vibing places. I found so many wonderlands. So now just imagine this. You that have young children. I'm on great-grandchildren now, yeah. And I still have the grandchildren coming. And I cannot imagine camping out in a magical place like this with all the children running around in a place that's totally safe around these creatures that are beautiful and high vibing and glowing, and more than likely we'll be able to communicate with all of them. And some of them I've seen over here look like fairies. Some of them look like angels. Some of them look like it could be vegetation, and then others look like maybe some kind of animal life. But can you imagine having a family camp out in a place like this? Oh my goodness. This is so exciting. We won't have to fear anything anymore. We won't fear anything anymore. We won't be on survival mode anymore. We just gonna be high vibing and going to these places and in between being re-educated. Okay? Because let me explain something to you guys. If I see something, I'ma stop, but just pay attention to your screen, and whatever it is that you see, that's what you see, okay? If you see what looks like an angel or some kind of insect or a face, whatever you see, that's what you see. Okay, I just wanted to talk about how we're going to be reprogrammed, because we were born into this matrix. We came here on an assignment, actually. And I believe that we competed to be here because this is a very prestigious time, because our vibration is so valuable to the kingdom right now, okay? And there has been a great awakening. So I want to get to what's going to happen when we go there, okay? We are going to be reprogrammed because we are going to go into a pure dimension. after being corrupted in this dimension, yeah, we're going to be placed in lands that is only high vibing and beautiful frequencies and sounds and smells and feelings and freedom and feeling safe. Yeah. There is no corruption. In Eden, it was preserved. And so what you're seeing right now are some of the life forms that never surfaced in their purest state. And we will be able to go to these lands. Yeah, so that's what I was talking about. I remember taking my children to a lot of amusement parks, like Six Flags, Disneyland, Knott's Berry Farm, all of these different places, SeaWorld. And I always was like on alert. It's like I wanted to see them. I needed to see my children. They never was able to wander away from me because I had close eyes on them all the time. When we went to the mall, and I had one that used to hide all the time. She used to get up in the racks and hide. So we looking all over for her, and we have to look through all the racks to find her. And that used to just wreck my nerves because I didn't want anybody to harm my children. Because in this dimension, that could very well happen. Yes, it could happen. And so I know even now it's even worse. I know when your children when they leave the house, when they go into school with all of these things going on, yes, you just always have, like you're always on guard for your children. Well, when we go over to Eden, it's not going to be like that. It's like if your child wants to spend the whole day in a place like this, and just having a ball, you can leave and come right back, and your child is just going to be just as happy as can be, and safe and sound, well taken care of, and so will we. Yes, we're going to go to Eden for 3.5 years because that is where the wilderness is. That is where the Most High's unadulterated 100% truth and knowledge is guarded in inner earth. And that's where we will be taken. Okay? But it's not going to be every day like class, just like, no. They have railways all over the lands of Eden. Eden is it's like this. Like I was talking about the different continents and how they're all typical to each other, in one way or the other, right? And so in Eden is a big country with a whole bunch of states in it. And those states are like heavens. And so when Jesus said, "In my Father's house are many mansions, if it were not so, I wouldn't have told you." Well, the Hebrew widow is here to show you, because the Most High made me a magician to show you all of the magical things that are in store for us. Yeah, he promised Adam that him and his descendants will return to Eden, and that's exactly what we're going to do. We're all divided right now, and so on so many levels. Yeah, that's why religion was such a trick. It kept us divided. I'm at the point now, I don't know. I feel like I'm so ignorant on so many different levels. Because I found out that a lot of the stuff that I had searched and researched and studied, I cannot trust the resources anymore. So I have to throw a lot of stuff away that I thought was true. And now it's like my soul, my spirit man is resonating with truth. And the things that I do not know, I'll leave it alone. I'll let it rest. Some of the practices, I'm going to give you an example, okay? My mother, when I was a child, my father was a pastor. So my mother, even when she stayed home with the kids, we got our communion on first Sunday, right? And so I kept that practice going on taking the communion. And so now in my awakening, and I know I'm a Hebrew Israelite, and I'm supposed to keep the laws, statutes, and commandments. And one of the statutes is that we're not supposed to take in blood, period. I'm a vegetarian right now. All praises to the Most High. Yeah. If you guys haven't checked out Brother Maine, he be bringing out a lot of truths. And because of him, I stopped eating meat. It was already in my spirit to stop. But his lessons on eating meat and what it does to us and what it is and all of that kind of stuff. And talking about our diet before the laws. We had the eating diet. Yeah. So, it's just been a wonderful journey. But anyway, so going back with the communion, and then I start finding out all of these things about there are vampires and people that drink blood and all of that, and cannibals and such. And I'm like, wait a minute, this doesn't match up with what's in our laws and statutes, okay? And so now I don't push that on anybody. I just put it at rest until I go to the wilderness, where I will find out what the unadulterated truth is about that. But I'm not going to argue with anyone. I'm not going to be peer pressured, which I'm not anyway. I don't belong to any camp. I don't belong to any organized anything right now. Yeah, I listen to my brothers and my sisters, and their lessons, and I'm learning through that. And other than that, the Most High has blessed me. The Ruach HaKodesh has led me to many truths. And he's led me to this very strange truth. Yes, he led me to the lands of Eden. So now I don't have to be divided with my brothers and my sisters. A lot of brothers think that women should just sit down and be quiet and serve them and be in the background. We're not supposed to teach. We're not going to be part of the 144,000. We're not going to be this, and we're not this. And they don't have any respect for anything that we do. You're going to be so surprised when we cross over. I'll just put it like this, because I don't have any idea why the Most High chose me for such a beautiful, magical gift. I'm showing you things that were never even written about. Yes, I've been led to these places, and I was chosen, and I'm a woman. And if God hired me, who's going to fire me? So I ain't worried about my brothers rejecting my work. Yeah, because when it's all said and done, and we go to be re-educated with 100% unadulterated truth, we will have nothing to disagree about. We will have nothing to argue about. Therefore, we will all be united, knowing the 100% truth and knowledge. Okay? Now, none of us are going to get it all, but all of us are going to get the laws of the Most High. The laws of the universe will be written upon our hearts. Yes. And then whatever knowledge, whatever field that you will need expertise in when you come back and rule with our Messiah, you will have that knowledge. So you see how we're going to be so perfectly united together after we come back. And all of the division is just going to cease. We're going to have respect, and we're going to have love for each other, and we'll respect the hierarchy. Yes, and we're going to high vibe with all of this. You're on the angel's wing right now. Yes. So you're going to be going to the left wing, right wing. You're going to be going to all kind of magical lands. Yeah, our treasures are there. It's so many different angels. There's so many different kind of angels over there in Eden. I even seen an angel holding a baby. Yeah, I'm serious. It's so many different species of angels. We only know a few species, okay? It's a lot of things that we do not know. We didn't know that there were little glowing creatures, little colorful glowing creatures in Eden. We didn't. I always pictured Eden as being like on this earth, but just very beautiful garden and All of the animals were typical to the animals that we have here in this dimension. But no, it's all kind of magical creatures over there in Eden. Yeah, see, we lost our Adam clad mind body. We're gonna get it back, but these creatures right here are still in their state that they were in when Adam and Eve were there. So you see how magical they are? You guys, I invite you to go to my station and look at the thumbnails, because I'll tell you, you'll see magic on like 80% of the thumbnails. It'll be like, what is that? Because it doesn't look like Earth at all. Because this is inner Earth that we're looking into. All praises to the Most High. So let's look around this area a little more. I just wanted to talk about it's like the environment of Eden is just so beautiful and so pure. Yeah, we're going to have a lot of fun. I know I want to look at this one. Oh, I think this is so cute. This looked like a mama and one of her little babies is floating, look like it's kissing her, and one is right next to her. You see that? That's what I see. You may not see that, but I think this is like one of the most adorable shots. Yeah, these are like blue creatures. They glow blue. And it looked like their hair or something is dark. Yeah. Oh my goodness. So yeah, it's going to be culture shock. It's going to be real culture shock for us, because we were born in this corrupted dimension, and to go into such a pure place. Yeah, one that's full of light and love. Do you realize how much these creatures loved Adam and Eve? They loved Adam and Eve, and they can't wait until we arrive. Yeah. All praises to the almighty, sublime, most magical one. Hallelujah. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and share. Yes, I send everyone infinite love and light, and I receive yours. Much respect and gratitude to all of my ascended masters, to the Archangel Uriel, to all of the angels and creatures of Eden. Yeah, the Atlanteans. Shalom. The Hebrew Widow, the Hebrew Rose of Jericho. Hope you enjoyed this magical show. Shalom, everyone. The Hebrew Rose of Jericho out.